wow, big finish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm Joe Lewis with Battle Rankings Live. I am here with my lovely and talented producer and wife. Say hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
We'll come back to the music. It's kind of, kind of sets the theme on something. But want to hit something before we go too far, and is that one of the things we're going to be doing today is that we did the third annual Toys for Tots drive. And I know a whole bunch of stores did participate. Probably not as many as last year, but, this COVID thing probably, not probably, definitely crimped into the activity. But I hope if you couldn't attend, that you made a donation anyway. I know my local game store, we did hold an event. We had 12 people show up, and we actually did really well with our collection. It might have had something to do with the format. The format was an Iron Man. If you wanted to get back your units, you had to bring more toys. So that's why people brought a lot of stuff, because they didn't want their armies to get decimated. Anyway, for the next round. So, let's talk about the song that you picked. What was it?
That was one of New Zealand's national anthem. It's their primary one now. It's God Defend New Zealand.
Okay.
And what's interesting about it, of course, it was written in the 1870s. And the first verse traditionally is sung in Maori, which is the native New Zealand language. And of course, and that translation is old. It's not new. I mean, they haven't done it recently. It recently became their main national anthem in like the 1973.
Okay.
But they had their other new national anthem is God Save the Queen, which we all know.
Oh yeah.
But so this one though became their primary one, and what's kind of cool is that the translation was done not too long after the song was written in the 1870s. So it's been done this way for a long, long time. So and it's kind of like the language, the song is kind of like our God Bless America or America the Beautiful is asking a blessing of God on New Zealand, which is great. I think it's a very pretty song, actually. I like it.
Wow. All right. So, but the reason we picked
New Zealand
Woo-hoo! Is because of our next guest.
It was that or a haka.
Hi.
Hello, Peter. How are you?
Good. Hey guys.
Did my wife have the background of the song right?
Yes, indeed. She knows it better than we do. God Save the Queen is what I used to stand up to at school, and we used to have to stand at the movies and all as a kid, do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was good. It's good to hear.
Yeah,
it's a pretty song. I like it.
She likes it. Yeah, my wife is she studied classical music, opera, that kind of stuff, and liturgical music is another hobby of hers. So yeah, she knows a lot about music. So anyway, that's why I let her pick the music.
Yes.
Well, Peter, first of all, I want to thank you for you and your team for supporting some of the North American activities that we have going on, especially with what's going on with COVID and everything.
You might say that you might tell him that he is tuning in from New Zealand.
Oh yeah, Peter's coming in from New Zealand, the magic of the internet. So, because we had Team Yankee Masters back in June. I'm sorry, no, Team Yankee Masters back in June, and Flames of War Masters back in just a couple weeks ago in November. The team in New Zealand provided the basis for the plaque, and both actually were the Team Yankee was a new design, and the Flames of War was a redesign, which I was surprised, and it was a big hit.
That's good. No, and we really appreciate all you guys, the Battle Ranking guys, yourself, Joe, all the rest of the guys at Battle Rankings who run these events. It's just great. Yeah. It's just unfortunate this year that it's a lot less of it around because of COVID. But But no, we really appreciate the effort you guys put into this, and you guys put into the hobby for all of us. And hopefully soon with the vaccine and everything, we can all get out there and do a lot more of it soon, hopefully. So it's been a tiring year, but we really appreciate Battle Rankings is hanging there. This Toys for Tots thing is great. I know this year it is a bit less, everyone's but it's still, the Tots still need their toys, and it's still a great charity. And it's great that people still make an effort and still try, and even they come to it, they still support it, and that's a great thing. It is really cool. And so we at Battlefront are really appreciative of all the efforts of organizers, Joe, all the other guys, Battle Rankings, even the other guy, No Dice, No Glory, all the other guys. It's just a great, it's the hobby we're in. It's a great hobby.
Yeah, I don't know if it's kind of, I don't know if you think about this at all, but one of the things is I like to go to the events and stuff. I like a good game. I like a good challenge, and I get that because, it's a good exercise for the brain. But the thing is that it's, for me, it's really about the I call it the hang. It's these people that I meet. They're actually my friends. And they're all over the country, and we all have, the hobby brought us together, but other things are going on that we become friends. And frankly, outside of work, this is pretty much, these are my group of friends, and it's great to see them, maybe 2-3 times a year. And we go, because afterwards we go off for dinner, we exchange stories. We'll stay in the hotel lobby until late, just swapping stories and stuff like that. Because that's actually all part of the hobby. I don't know if you're bringing that. You're like this social collection around the hobby.
Yeah, I don't think you got any monopoly on that, Joe. If I can be blunt to you, I think the hang's a good term. The hang is a good term. But I do think it's just, I think that's it. We play a game for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then gas about it for 3 more hours or 4 more hours. And we go to have a drink, and you guys go to a hotel lobby, we go to a pub. It's all the same thing, and it's all the world over. And that's been wargaming forever. And I think that's about what the hobby is. It's actually, I think it is a lot of it, the tournament stuff's about the hang, and a tournament is, Chris says it very well in my office, a tournament's a reason to finish an army. It's a point in the time. It's a reason to do something. And then it's that social event of going to the tournament, but it's always those evenings you spend time with your family, did a bit of painting, watch TV with your partner or whatever. And you kind of, that's that social aspect all the way through. It's more than just that 2 or 3 hours in a hotel lobby or a pub. It's actually, it's the whole hobby. It's a social hobby. That's why it's so great. Patrick just commented there. Yeah, that's why it's so great. And I agree. Yeah, the hang's a good term, though. That's a good term. I like that.
Yeah. So, I guess with that, we'll kind of go into, first of all, years past, around this time, you have always kind of released what's coming up for the next year. Is this year no different?
Yes, we're going to do a Christmas video. Chris is chasing me around the office for the Christmas video, and we're going to do that, yes. And just like I said, it worked there. I'm actually, I'm lucky we're blessed that the hobby is a bit of our work as well. And that's actually a blessing. But yes, this is the time of year. So I'm about to do our Christmas video. That's happening next week. We always leave it to the last minute because that's me. None of us want to do a video here. We want to get on about designing games and doing things, not actually doing a video about them. But we will do one. Yes, we're about to do one. So, but anyway, so you've got a bit of a scoop now. You want to hear some stuff that's happening? What do you want to do?
Well, what I did is the people who are members of Battle Rankings on Facebook, I did something just for them. I said, hey, if you got any questions for me to ask, they sent them. They sent them to me, and I kind of grouped them up.
Okay.
So I want to. I'll begin with the oldest to newest. So early war. Had a couple people asking about, is it going to, is it going to be version Ford?
Yes. Just don't
Yeah.
ask when. Just don't ask when.
Just don't know when, right?
And that's the problem with it. We've had it's been a difficult year. We're only going to talk. Let's talk about COVID once. Not every single answer, because otherwise it does get a bit tedious. But we lost a big hunk of this year. Our factory was closed for almost 2 months. Our offices were closed for big long periods of time. All of them. We lost a big hunk of this year. I would have liked to got early war and a couple of other projects out of the way, and they've been shifted back. But early war will be done with V4. Just don't ask me when. It will come out in the smaller format book like Great War. We estimate there'll be 2 or 3 books: one Western Front, one Eastern Front, and one Desert. Combining the 3, that's the plan. And they will be standalone rule books, the first one, and then the 2 expansion books. So
okay,
that is, yes.
Oh, I guess for my own selfish, because I have one army, Japanese.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, the Japanese will be included. Yes.
Okay. Then I guess okay. So that was the one about the early war. No one was asking any specifics. It's just that when it was coming, and it's understandable with everything. Things are getting pushed back, but just letting you know there is a I guess as far as I could see, a demand for it. So.
Well, I love the French forces. I love that France 1940. It's a great period, and that's I know you're the Japanese, I'm the French there with their Charbis and the Samoas and stuff. I think it's just a great period, but it will be after the Bulge and after our Bulge books are out. Yes, it will be, and it's late next year, the following year. It's going to be a while.
Okay, that's fair enough. Then I guess moving into, I had some late war questions, which I know is coming up. All right. First of all, this was asked, and this is also another one of mine too, which is the Soviet Lend-Lease tanks, such as like the Shermans, because I have a whole Sherman, Lend-Lease army. So, he's pulling out a book.
Sorry, I haven't got the notes here. They're not in the current Soviet book.
Okay.
The Bagration Soviet book is out, and what's in there is in there. We would like to get the Lend-Lease stuff, more of the Lend-Lease stuff in there, and that would be, I suspect, that would be with we after the Bulge, the end of Berlin bits of it, where we add those. Those are designed to go into there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The intention.
So then the announcement today was on the page on the Flames of War page, I saw the German migration.
Yes.
Little teaser. So it had a couple people asking about like the Panzer IV 1070 and of course the King Tiger.
Yes, the new plastics for that book is the Panzer IV L70. Which it's a great plastic kit. I just finished putting one together myself here. That's done and ready to go. We got a Hetzer Marder sprue, so it does both that, the Marder and the Hetzer. And we have the Wirbelwind and Ostwind plastics coming out for that one. So those are the 3 new plastics for the German Bagration book. The King Tiger, if you're asking about that will be next year, unfortunately, in the German Bulge book.
On the Bulge, okay.
That will be in the Bulge book coming in. If you want to know the plastics on that one, will be coming the King, because that's what the team are working on right now. That's to get a plastics out there a year ahead. So you're talking German bowls were coming out September 21, and it had the king tiger, Jagd tiger, and the Hornies and the Hummer in there.
Oh, a plastic Hornies?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hornies, yes. Jagd tiger and king tiger. So, but the German Migration book is at the printer now. The Panzer IV L70, Hetzer and the Wirbelwind Ostwind. So it's got some great options. We're finally getting to the AA. We did the Soviet AA, the M15. We've got the, and we're going to do the German AA, and then hopefully do more of that. So we've done the Crusader AA as well. But I'm trying to get down that level of down the support list of plastics. We've got the key ones done and getting more and more of the support done in plastics. So.
Well, I'll have to say that I really do. I'm actually swapping out my old, the old resin with the plastic. It's just so much crisper. I mean,
it's a painful process. I've got drawers of old resin. And which are lovely painted, they're done, and then you look at them, and it's just not. It's a pain. I feel for people. I do with that. I do feel for people with that. It's that shall I, shan't I? And it is the plastic is crisper. It's better. I'm with you on that one. I do feel for people. But the other side of it, of course, is we're Battlefront. We're a business, so we're going to sell you more, which is good. We've got to keep everyone employed. But it is, I feel for you. I open up the drawers and they're resin and lead and they're beautifully painted. And I look at them, I go, man, close the drawer. Just ignore it. It is a bit of that, yes. I think we're all getting there.
I'm just slowly integrating them.
Yeah.
Little at a time.
But the newer game, remember, the new player doesn't have that issue, Joe.
No.
He doesn't have that issue. He or her do not have that issue. They're just absolutely checkpoint. Eric's asked about Checkpoint Charlie. I can answer that a bit later too. Yeah. But the new player doesn't have that issue, and that's the great thing too, because we need those new blood. We need those new people in the hobby, and the plastics bring them in. We can't. That's. We're not going to get those new people in the hobby without the plastics.
Yeah, we the game stores that we're blessed to have two game stores that we have play out of, and both of them are bringing in new players. So so we got some new blood coming in. Being that they're just kind of what we'll call them the weekend warrior kind. They're not the tournament players, which is just fine. But actually, in my club, if you want to call it a club, I think there's about 4 or 5 of us that actually play tournaments, and then we have another 20 that just like to play on a weekend now and then. So that's probably that probably is a ratio out there. But the thing is that when we come back and we said, oh wow, I went to a tournament, saw this great combination. And all of a sudden, we got some people going, "Oh, I like that."
About that 20% rule, Joe, is about right. That's the feeling I get around talking to the various officers and stuff. Is that rule is casual to more serious, and I think it's really important as a company we get a bit of flack here and there about why do we include this, why do we do this, and I kind of come back to it. It's not our hobby. Yes, we own the rules, we own this and everything, but it's not. It's everyone's hobby, and they need to do. We don't own Battlefront does not own the hobby, and that's you guys own that, and everyone who plays owns that, and they need to do with what they like with it, and we just give the tools. We sell you the tools, not the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important. So but I think that breakdown's about right, Joe. That's the feeling I get out there. And I think your shop's about the same as other hobbies and clubs, and in England, Europe, New Zealand, Australia, America. I think it's about the same. Yeah. But I think that those new plastic kits are critical to get new players in. The new Army deals do a really good job. I think we got the mix for them. We get to mix them reasonably good. What's in the army deals, I feel. People seem reasonably happy with them. Then you hit the beach, and World War III starter sets seem to go down well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like you were just talking about it, like, hey, look, I never had British before. Now that's just one of the boxes I have for British. Now I'm doing British.
They're a great starting point because everything in there you need. They're a great point. Yeah. Okay, what other Joe?
Yeah, sure. With that, so then actually, I'm weeding through doubles or anything you asked already. Oh, so now, okay, we'll start with Team Yankee. Yep. So that was there was more than one person actually asking about Checkpoint Charlie.
Yep, Checkpoint Charlie is due out. Let me look at my. I know we're going to have a release before Checkpoint Charlie. Checkpoint Charlie's been delayed.
Oh,
because remember, Checkpoint Charlie is not in the period of Team Yankee. Checkpoint Charlie will be in the period of NAM and Fate of a Nation. So its points will be set in the same period as NAM and NAM in there. So it's been delayed and because of COVID, but we've slipped another release in. So I can tell you about which will be towards the end of next year, and that's we're calling Red Dawn.
Red Dawn?
But yes, Red Dawn. Yes, we know what we're talking about here. We're going to be nice new paratroop figures and BMDs and maybe even some Wolverines.
Wolverines, yes. You need some Wolverines.
Yeah, so we are going to fit in a release. So I'm sorry, Checkpoint Charlie will be delayed, but that's a different period. So that fits in more with. We want to do a good job with Checkpoint Charlie. It's quite a big job because we want to get the 70s in Europe as well covered. So it's about the 70s in Europe and how they interacted with the Arab-Israeli wars, the Vietnam War, and that whole period, really. So that's actually, Oh, but Red Dawn we're going to put in there. Yeah.
So on Tom Gall just reminded me about the minor access. Is that on schedule or did it get delayed?
No, the minor access powers, the Bagration Access Allies book has just gone to print yesterday. The cards and everything, and that's coming out in April. So if you look at next year's releases, to give everyone a bit of a rundown, January. The German Bagration book will come out in January. And then March, World War III German book. I actually have a copy, if I can do it there. That's the World War III West German book. So okay. It's only just come off. We got one in the office come off the print. Which I've stolen. Privileges or rank and all that. That's coming out in March. And then in April, the Bagration Axis Allies book. We've got a new plastic Serenity coming out for that. So they'll be happy. And in their book, got the Finns, the Hungarians, the Romanians. And at the same time, we'll be bringing out the 3 mid-war booklets to go with it.
Okay, excellent.
So does that answer that question? I think, doesn't it? Or
I think it does, because I think that was kind of like I don't know. I guess the little hole that in late and mid is just getting those minor guys in there, because man, there's some guys out there just love those minor axes. Romanians, Hungarians, the Finns.
Wayne, Reed Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne and yeah, that's his favorite period. They're his favorite as well. Yes.
On the German World War III book coming out.
Yep.
By chance, will the German infantry have more than 5 stands?
Let me have a look. There's actually some standalone German infantry in this one here. The Fallschirmjäger in here, I think there will be, the Weasels will be in there.
Oh, the Weasels.
Yes, the Weasels, but the Jager companies, have, they've got 8 stands.
Okay, well, that's more than 5.
Yeah. So there's more choices here. 7 plus a Milan missile team. So, and the Greaves, the mountain troops, the Gerbesjager.
I'm with you. I can't pronounce them either.
They got 7 stands and 2 Milan missile teams, so they're up to 9 stands as well. So, yep, the Weasels. Jonathan, you spelled it wrong. It's with an I, but you got it. Yeah, the Weasels will be in there, which is very cool, actually. So they're cool. I've got some cool stuff coming out with that, some cool plastics and stuff. So it's going to be an interesting book.
Well, when I first got into Team Yankee, I did West Germans first, and the thing it just kills me is the 5 stands. You lose because in Team Yankee, a lot of things die real quick, and when you have a Russian army with and some guy has like 20 stands, it just seems to they just seem to last longer. Those pesky Russians.
Yes, yes. I know the feeling. My British, got the same issue. Yes. The regular infantry. Hang on a second. They're God, I have to look here. But there's certainly you've got lots of options for infantry there now. So I think you'll be happier. Joe, there's a lot more options in the book. It's a lot bigger book, a lot more stuff in there. A lot more options. Yeah, it's the West Germans.
Okay.
Talking about Axis allies too. At some stage, and it won't be next year. We are looking at doing the Swedes and some other nations. So the S-tank is still my old favourite. The bathtub with a gun pointing at the front of it. So we will get to that as well. World War III Team Yankees doing very well for us. It's got a lot of popularity. A lot of people are very keen on it. And it's just been a great game for us, and so we are going to we are going to keep supporting it, keep pushing it, and keep doing a lot more with it.
So I am not as big on what is a luck LECLERC.
That's the French modern tank, the very latest French modern tank. So the questions are about the Leclerc and the T90 there. I think the questions are there.
Those are France making now, right?
Yeah, France is the Leclerc T90. Yeah, we're going to see how we go. We are going more and more newer. T90 is certainly on is certainly on the cards. The Armata, the Leclerc, the new M1s. There's a lot of options here, and I do think we will be. I do think the period will slowly advance forward. We certainly haven't started working on any of these, but I would be. They will come. Yes, we're going to do a lot. We're going to do more. Yes.
Well, then, with the new German book, is the Leo 2 like A or B or
with the Leopard 2A5 you're talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, that's in there. Yep, and that's of course is quite a modern tank. Very looking. We've got a nice big pointy gun on it. Very cool looking.
All right, the pointed turret one. Okay. Well, that's cool. Versus the block turret.
Yes.
All right.
So you got the Leopard 2 and the Leopard 2A5 now. So
So now kind of jumping outside. How's the World of Tanks doing? Because you had what was the thing before it? World of Tanks replaced
tanks.
Tanks. Sorry, that was too simple. Yeah, tanks. Which was a fun light game, and now you have World of Tanks. How's that doing?
World of Tanks is only just started doing very well. It's in lots of languages and stuff. We always wanted to do World of Tanks, of course. Tanks. We went to World of Tanks. They weren't ready to do anything at that stage. and it was always we wanted to do World of Tanks, so it was kind of like a fun tanks game. It was tanks, and then we made modern tanks, but I think it got a bit out of control, the number of releases and everything. We tried to do everything, and but World of Tanks is trying to be. So then we find the World of Tanks approached us, and we approached them, or they approached us. I can't remember, but anyway, we've done a deal, and we've redone World of Tanks to be World of Tanks by making it more World of Tanky, making it more closer to the game. We also decided we wanted to have it very much for people who are board game people, who are computer game people and board game people. So we decided we're not going to put kits in there. They haven't got layouts like behind your left shoulder there, for modelling and everything. So they come pre-assembled and slightly painted and undercoated basically, and they're ready to go. Yeah, and they're ready to go, and that's the great thing about World of Tanks. It's very much in that sort of arena where you can. It's their starter set for a Christmas present. I'm not going to sound like a sales guy, but that World of Tanks starter set is just a great product to give to someone, to give to a family, to give to a father and son, father and daughter, that sort of stuff. It's 4 tanks in there. Everything you pull it out of the box, ready to play. You're playing a board. You're playing a war game.
Yeah, I know a handful of dads that, well, one particular here local that he plays with his daughters. So, boy, and they love to blow up his tanks. Yeah, I mean, it's just I call those like beer pretzel games. Break out the beer and pretzels, play the game, and then have a good time, and box it up, and then later on just unbox it, play it again.
Well, it's a great thing. You can buy a couple more tanks if you feel like expanding a bit. You can buy a few more, and they're all ready to go. It gives you a few more cards, a few more options, have some more fun. You can put it away again, and it's a very good. It's a very good introduction to World War II, and it also has got some cool free stuff for World of Tanks in there. So it gives you a bit of fun online as well to get you started, get your foot, and get a couple of cool things in World of Tanks. Couple of random things and get you started in the game for a little bit of period of time. So it's a kind of it's a great all up sort of entry level game. It really is.
Yeah, and there's a lot. Well, I know on the online game, there's a lot of crossover with this crowd with that. Go figure.
Yeah, tanks are tanks. You like tanks, you like tanks. We're very proud of it and the way we've done it, and it's going very well. We're in 5 languages now, as well as English, because World of Tanks is played a lot in Europe, in Central Europe. So it's going really well, and I think it's going to go more and more. And I think it's one of those games that it's there for the long haul. I really do.
Now, is there? Of course, I'm going to ask this. Is there anything we haven't touched that's going to be a surprise coming out in the next year?
Yeah, a couple of little surprises. We talk about next year a bit. In June, we're going to put out the Warsaw Pact book, which is all the armies in the Warsaw Pact, the Poles, the Czechs, and everything else. We're expanding the planes. We're going to bring you an SU-22 fitter. It's one of the deals we do with other plastic manufacturers with the new plastic planes. So that's coming out in June. I think that's and it's a cool looking plane. It's a lovely little kit. I think it just gives people trying to give people a few extra plane options. So yeah, what else? Yeah, we've got a few other surprises coming. We've redone Spartacus as a board game.
Okay.
We've got that out again. But that's not like the movie Spartacus. We're going to just do it ourselves. So it's not the TV show. Just do it ourselves. We've got a couple other things I would have liked to bring out next year, and they might come out next year. And I'm not allowed to talk about them, but we've got a couple of really exciting projects in the studio that are humming away, and we hope to bring them out soon. One of the books I'm really excited about late next July next year is the US Mold book, and that's where we go down the Sherman list. We've got in plastic coming easy 8, Jumbos, Hellcats, Chappies, bringing back the Pershings and the Jacksons and stuff. So I think that's exciting as well. But I think we've got exciting times. Red Dawn's a bit of fun too. I think we're going to have a bit of fun with that. We've got some Russian paratroopers, Cuban paratroopers. I think they weren't they, in the movie? I have to watch it again. It has its moments.
Yes.
Yes, but yeah, it's some cool stuff in there. Different paint schemes for your tanks and stuff. So it's got some, and it's a reason to do a pickup vehicle as well.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the paratroopers are good. I have to watch that movie again. I just remember just yelling Wolverine everywhere. Anyway, which was for those who spoiler for those who don't know, Wolverine was the high school mascot that the U.S. Partisans, will just say that, decided that they wanted they were going to call themselves something, so they called themselves Wolverines after their high school team.
The important warning: if you watch the movie, don't watch the new one.
Oh, right.
The new one's really bad. It's the old one. The one you remember, Joe, is the old one.
Yes, yeah, I like that. Actually, I remember in theaters as an impressionable youth watching that.
Go on. Sorry, the other thing.
No, it's I think I know I don't. I could probe a little, but I don't want to spoil the thunder of what's going to come out in a couple weeks with the what you guys are going to do for your announcements. But it does sound like some of the books got pushed back a little, understandable. But you are moving forward, and we are going to be seeing, in the first half, probably the wrapping up of Late War, pretty much.
Oh, you got it through. November's British Bulge is coming out.
Okay, November.
Then you've got the Berlin books, Nick, in the following year. So another year and a half to run, I would say. And then we've got some surprises coming in as well. Mouses and things like that we can, not talk about. But stuff like that as well, some fun stuff like that. But, we're committed. I suppose the conclusion is Battlefront's committed to its plastic and its release schedule and providing the best thing it can. And we're going to provide some fun things like Red Dawn, but it's a reason to bring out Soviet paratroopers, really. Everything else is just a bit of fun. But it's about Soviet paratroopers, BMDs, that sort of stuff. So we want to carry on down the line with what we're doing. We're committed to what we're doing. There's nothing weird or wonderful we're going to do, or late war will roll through the end of Bagration and then go to the Bulge and then go to Berlin. Nothing's changing there. We are just, we're working towards that same result that we had that plan 2 years ago. It's just we had a bit of delays and a bit of issues with pandemics in the middle. And the only thing I would say, Joe, is I appreciate everyone's time and patience with us. I do appreciate it. Hasn't been easy. World War III Scandinavians, yes, we are going to do the S-Tank. I love the S-Tank. It's just a bathtub with a gun pointing out of it. It's just super cool.
And Peter, speaking of, actually, I want to bring up something because there was some stuff online that people were complaining about, and not to get into how the sausage is made, but tournament points for how tournament points are decided for the year, and so this year with everything going on, I kind of had a prompt. To say, hell, we got the new season going, so we should come up with the points. So I began a discussion. Now, for some strange reason, I thought this was hilarious, was that people thought the reason the points were picked was because whoever picked the points were pro-NATO. Okay? Now, since I was observing how the sausage was being made, I thought that was hilarious. Because, you know, I you, let's put it this way. From my point of view, when with the discussions that was going back and forth, some people wanted to go a little bit higher, and I was explaining if you go too high in 2.5 hours, they won't finish the game.
Yeah.
And so there was trying to find a nice medium of like, how many toys can I get on the table and still finish a game in 2.5 hours? And so that was kind of the I don't know, consensus. If there was a consensus, that's where those points came from. Not that someone says, "Oh, how can I really screw this Warsaw packs?"
I think there is. The sausage is made is some of our decision making process is I think we are going to make mistakes, and I'm not suggesting that as a mistake, but at the end of the day, it's just a guideline. Joe, the tournament organisers can do it like it's not our hobby. We try to make our best dues, and I hear what you're saying, but it is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Whatever you do, really, it is at times. But I suppose just on that note, I think we are going to we've made screw ups in the past. We're going to make more of them. We're a living, breathing organism. But I think the promise we will make is we're not going to do anything weird. We're not mucking around with a hobby or anything. The hobby's solid, it's strong. We're supporting the people in the hobby. We want to bring more people into the hobby, and we're doing that. And we're going to carry on with down the track of plastics, and we're going to keep bringing books out and bringing armies out and carry on down that line. Do we do it in order that everyone wants? Do we do it? We're not going to always get it right. But at the end of the day, I suppose we just got to keep at it, really. And I think that's we're going to keep at it. That's the truth. And I really appreciate all the players out there through this pandemic who supported us, carried on in the hope and built armies that they can play with them one day, and kept us going and kept our crews going and our staff going. It wasn't easy, and it's not easy for anyone. It hasn't been. I'm not suggesting it's been worse for us, but it's been a tough year all up. And I think and it's great for your guys' support, Joe, you and your other guys in battle rankings. That's the hobby, and we really appreciate it, and we really appreciate the people who play our game. We've got some great people out there, and we've got a great hobby, and I think that our job is to not screw it up, and that's I can't always guarantee it, but we will try our best.
No, and it's I wasn't saying it as anything negative, but the thing is that I'm playing Soviet, Team Yankee Soviets. I have a plethora of 105-point armies. I'm like, I don't know which one to pick. I'm like, I have plenty of options. All tanks, no tanks. I mean, by the way, I have a list that's just all artillery.
Oh God.
Here, catch.
Oh.
I'm like, ooh, salvo template. Ooh, salvo template. Yeah.
That must be interesting. Yeah.
So, there's enough flexibility that you can have, these, interesting little armies. So, I might break that one out because that just seems like way too much. Not fun for me, but probably not my opponent. But until some aircraft come through and just, hey, show me that 5+ save.
Maybe that will come and get you. SU-22 Fritters, with their big salvo bombs. Yep. That would be good to see. Listen, guys, I thank you. And what other questions you got for me? Tell me.
No, I think we're good. I really do appreciate your time. And another thing is, I also want to let you know that the team here in the Battlefront team here in the United States that supports us, John and Rob, and the team over there has been supporting us, well, they've been very, very supportive of my activity, and I really do appreciate it. I just want to let you know that I think they're doing a really great job supporting us and supporting the hobby.
Thank you for that, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate you guys. It's just if we're not, it's a great hobby, and we just got to keep supporting it, and that's what we promised to do. And I am What are the price increase? There is a price increase coming January, guys. It's been a long time. Eric's asking about the price increase that is coming. It's not a huge increase. I think we've already declared what it is. It's been on the website. I'm not going to be apologetic for it. It's been a long time since I had one, and the cost of everything has gone up. It's been a difficult year. I'd rather have a mind plow. Okay.
They're talking about they're having a sidebar conversation about the 5 points over 100. They're like, hey, you get with 100 you get 4 minefields. At 105 you get 5 minefields. And someone says, well, just use a point, and all of a sudden you got minefield diggers and that kind of stuff. So minefields mute, So
there's always it is a bit of a game of rock hammers, rock paper scissors. It is. It's always has been since version 1, and it is a bit of that in there. And yes, I agree. But I look forward to playing your artillery army. I must say, if we can get out of this pandemic and actually get to the States and see you guys again, it'll be cool to play that army. I look forward to that. I'm going to think about what I'm going to bring. So
actually, if you could. I know you're out here visiting, and especially at those events, you're probably meeting with buyers and other maybe purchasing people. But if you ever think about playing some games with us, that would be awesome. Because it'd be interesting to see how other parts of the world approach the game.
That's what we've missed in 2020 is that I just haven't, because I visit the offices every year normally, and this year it hasn't been, and I think that's it's not good for our business. It's not good. It's not healthy, and I think that I want to get out there more. But my commitment is, and I was hoping to do it this year, was to spend more time in each office. I have got time for games and that sort of stuff, and get deeper into the hobby, the local hobby, like you say. I want to do more of that, and that'll help us back in New Zealand and help us with our business. Yes. So excellent. I agree with you, Joe. That's what I want to do. Just that it's not going to be in the next month or two.
Well, that's true, but one day we'll when we come on the other side of this.
Yeah, we will.
I think Pete, I thank you once again for coming on, answering some questions, and just I know you're the face of Battlefront, and I know I got John Matthews in the wings ready to do the drawing for those who want to do the drawing. So. Did you want to stay on while we do the drawing, or I'm going
to leave you to it? I got this Friday here, and I got a few things I need to complete. But thank you everyone for coming on, and Joe, as always, thank you, and good to talk to you.
All right, thank you, and Godspeed, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Indeed, God bless. Thank you.
Have a good one. All right.
Hello.
You are a very patient man.
Well, I have to say I'm not doing another thing until I get my national anthem played.
Oh gosh, what national anthem is that?
You're South Africa, right?
No.
Wait. Hold on.
My national anthem only lasted for 5 years, and it's "Rise, O Voices of Rhodesia."
Rise
of Voices of Rhodesia.
Yeah. It's not very good.
Rhodesia. Okay, hold on a second. Hang on a second. We'll get it.
Oh, you know what that means? Let me know when you got it.
You're going to regret it.
I'm going off of YouTube, so hopefully it will probably get.
Yes, Brian. Of course, I'm German. With this hair.
Yeah.
What's this? All right, so it's hold on. Going off.
I wish I hadn't said it now.
Okay. So
it's a long time since I've heard that.
It's based off the Hallelujah. Well, no, the Ode to Joy.
Ode to Joy. Beethoven's
go ahead, pot it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually isn't bad with Eric with the Dutch and actually Brian with the German as well, because of course quite a lot of heritage there as well as Portuguese. It wasn't just an English colony.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Very cool.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a better recording of it. That was the first one that popped up when I was searching on YouTube.
All good.
I usually get them. So.
It's still better than I thought you were going to do. So you're very nice. Thank you.
Who knew? All right, John.
Very cool.
Let's remind people that we did the Toys for Tots events. It could have been a tournament. Yes. It could have been a battle royale or whatever.
Anything you wanted. Yeah,
anything you wanted. Just get there, and the entry was a donation, and those who donated got into a drawing. And I hope all the stores and everyone sent you the lists, and you have the bag. Oh, look at all those names. That's awesome.
In my very, highly sought after container for drawing.
Now, based off of conversation, I think what we're going to do the 5 army drawing and then the top drawing.
That's right.
I don't think we're going to bore anyone with the next 40 drawings.
No, if that's okay, I think those can be done as and when. If I could, though, I would like to just say that for anybody listening that may not have been in an event or knows of other stores, it's time to start planning again for next year. I think always with Toys of Tots, that sort of thing is we're going to keep doing it. So if your store didn't participate for whatever reasons this year, COVID, etc., just put a word in their ear that this is not all about sales. This is actually, to do the English one, is for charity. It's such a great... I'm trying to think of a really good word to put it, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to say it is just such a great endeavor to do that really I would like every store out there to be able to do something. And again, as you say, it could just be 2 guys or gals turning up at a table on a Saturday and they give a toy each. It's not a competition in that way. And with that's why we think we've made the prizes that are exponentially big compared to what it is because we just literally want to say this is bigger than just wargaming or anything like that. It is looking after the people who, in this case, need a bit of looking after.
No, yeah, well said.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's turned up and everybody that will turn up in the next years to come.
Yeah, I think we have the formula. Just gotta plan it. It's basically it's going to begin anywhere in the month of November By the way, the reason we pick these weekends is, for example, Toys for Tots is that's the time they accept donations.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if we could do it sooner, I don't know. I guess it'd be okay. I'm one of those things that, hey, Halloween has a place in the year. I don't need to hear Christmas music on Arbor Day.
No, that is true. That is true.
But the reason we do this time is because that's when the Marines and the drop off boxes go out. So November.
It makes it easy that there. I mean, Eric was saying, down in Florida that he hasn't got a place to do it. But I would still ask you, still go to your Toys for Tots place and drop off a toy. You can still feel part of it, even though you didn't have an event.
Yeah, and this year I got word that a bunch of the guys that were coming to Masters because of lockdowns and stuff, they got their events canceled underneath them. So what we did was we're like, okay, we just made Masters a Toys for Tots event. Bring your toys here and we'll collect them. And that's what we did. I mean, some kids in Elizabethtown, Kentucky just got lucky with some additional toys from the Great White North and various other places.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was a good we did a good collection down there, and I know up was I got some people sent their lists and pictures to me, which I forwarded on to you guys, so I got to see what other places did. So there was some good collections out there.
For the trying times that this has been, I was actually delighted with it, because again, I don't want to have it that anybody felt that they had to go into a place that they felt unsafe or anything like that. And it did seem that everybody was being very, very sensible. But seeing how many actual people turned up and did stuff was actually rather heartwarming. I'm, again, extremely grateful for this.
Yeah. And we're and thankful for you. Yeah, because was it a little over 3 years ago? I approached you about expanding what we were doing down here. Boy, you guys just jumped all over it, and I'm just saying, hopefully, yeah, it's great. I really do appreciate it. By the way, when I after our event, I drop off the toys. And I'm like, oh, hey, where I need some, I'm dropping off some toys. Where to put them? Oh, right over here. I'm like, no, I'm gonna need some help. That's not big enough. And and then they come on out and they're like, oh, wow, and yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is very, very cool. Very cool. So shall we get on to doing some drawings then?
Let's do it. Oh, okay. John, it's all yours. This is for the 5 armies, right?
Armies. So The first one is, now I work out how dark my room is. So this is from Utah. It's from Gaucho Games, and it is Bart Wood.
Bart Wood from Gaucho Games. Awesome.
It is a new name to me, which is cool.
He's got it.
Okay.
So this is Alabama. Station Retro, and it's Russell Swift.
Russell Swift, 150-point army. Congratulations.
I was going to make cracked up jokes about how if people hadn't given me any money, I'm not calling their name, but nobody gave me any money, so that's no good. Yeah. So Ontario, it's Games Shelf, and sorry, this one is a little bit hard to read. Andrew Lederoot. I hope I haven't butchered your name too badly, Andrew.
No, you probably did.
Print neatly.
Yeah. Kentucky, Hard Knocks Games, I know.
All right.
As well, yes. Keith Gilmore, I know him as well.
Oh,
well done, Keith.
Keith was one of the guys from Minnesota that came down to Masters.
Oh, sweet.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And the last one of the armies is from Illinois, Games Plus, Daryl Hatzig.
All right,
Harstig. Hartstig,
Games
yes.
Plus. All right. Oh well, that is awesome. I didn't know Games
Well done,
Plus.
peeps.
Yeah, I didn't know Games Plus. Games Plus has a great selection. I just didn't know they were still playing. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That they did something. That's great.
Okay, so all drum rolls and everything like that. I'm sure Anne's got it all set up.
That's just,
I don't have a drum roll. I'm on a second. Okay, I know a drum roll. Why don't I have a drum roll?
I don't know.
Shoot.
It's all good. It's all good. Here
All
we
right,
go.
here, this is the big winner.
Virginia, Creative Pursuit Games,
Oh,
Nick Reed.
Nick Reed.
Nice one. A name that I don't know, but well done, Reed. Nick, I hope you're a tall man.
I wonder. Okay, Nick
Yeah,
Reed.
He's got to send in his height.
Yeah, you just gotta send your height in, and you get your height in toys.
And box sets and that sort of thing. Yep. Rob Villeneuve will sort it all out in there. Sometimes when we've done these, you go back to the store and literally pick out what you want until it gets to there, and then we send the store the stock again. But sometimes, you know, stores don't always have every box set you want as well. So we will make this happen to make sure that the selection is what is wanted. And Brian said he's 7'1".
Yeah, he's like the John Henry of a man.
Yeah. It's funny. We've been packing Aliens all week. One of the other sort of parts of the business, and Rob Villeneuve's 6'3" and a big man. You know, he's broad shoulders. You do not mess with this dude at all. And we had this guy called Nate come in just to help out. He's a friend of there. And when you see Rob look like a small man, you know how big this man was. And he was 6'10" and a half. And it was incredible. And again, not a skinny man, big shoulders and that sort of thing. It was like, wow. So 7'1" would scare the bejesus out of me.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, what aliens? What? Okay, you brought it up. So, okay, first of all, the first thing I think of about aliens is that at the finish of the game, do people go, game over, man, game over?
Do you know, I hope so, but I really don't know because I've never got to the end of a game. I'm always dead way too soon for that. I can't win that one at 10. But then again, that's my wargaming history. So all I can say at the moment is we've packed nearly 35,000 units in there because there was a slight snafu about where the figures were, and all I can smell at the moment is shrink wrap. Is because I and my wife have been using the shrink wrap machine going ka-dunk, 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 but we got them all out now and that sort of thing. So it's really, I want it to be game over, man. It's get them out the door and then let's move on. But yeah,
well, okay. And now I'm asking for my pure curiosity. What if you had to kind of describe the game in an elevator pitch? How would you describe the Alien game?
It's a dungeon crawl.
Okay.
Absolutely mission-based dungeon crawl with AI enemy. So the aliens. The aliens are brought on. The more noise you make, the more effed you are. So don't go ballistic shooting everything, which most people do in their first game. The first time they see anything, they just let rip with everything they've got, and then they're well and truly messed up. There's no way you're getting round. So you've got to be cautious, doing just enough, trying to maximize and minimize your effects to be able to get you through the missions and go from there. The aliens, I think, are lovely. All the characters from the movie are in there as well. There's some nice little bits that I won't ruin once you get into, I call them Aliens 02 and 03. One of them is Get Off a UB, and what's the other one, darling? What's the other one called? No, that's the scenery pack. Anyway, I should know the other one, where it has the power loader and all of that sort of stuff in there. You get to do it all. You are literally playing the movie.
Yep. Okay. Hey, while you brought up the power loader, you ready for this? We actually use that scene in our safety, where I work, in our safety for using power equipment, because Riley does exactly everything you need to do before actually moving off with the machine. She checks it, tests it, makes sure everything is operable, no leaks, ready to go, and then she's ready.
Yeah, we use the one, if you check it out on eBay, on YouTube, where the forklift lifts a forklift that raises the thing, that has a ladder that's out there. That's what we use as our safety one.
Yeah, we use those as what not to do.
The amount of people we've got who push their little trolley off the end of the loading dock and flick themselves 18 feet is funny. That's why we keep going through all these staff members. They all get pinged out into the car park.
Yeah.
So
now you're reminding me of arc flash videos, which are not pretty. This is why you wear your PPE.
That's exactly right. Now, just before I go off, then I am absolutely going to dob you in on the. So when everybody is complaining about the points level of tournaments this year, it's Joe's fault. He wrote them in. I changed one of them, but I'm not telling you which one. It was all Joe. Joe chose them this year, and complaints to us, it was all him. And literally my way of doing the points for tournaments is to get 3D6 and roll them and go, yeah, it's somewhere around there. It's no more complicated than that. And I've been doing that for years with this company and others. It's like, no, it literally is a challenge. You just throw out a number and say, go at it. And next year we'll change it again. Some will go up, some will go down. If people want to give suggestions, I'll always take them. I'll ignore most of them and just decide it's going to be about this. But your feedback on the one that I put up too high was, but they'll never finish. And hadn't thought of that.
I'm like, it would work, but yeah, there would be way too many timeouts. And the thing is, the people who will time out are all the new people. Yeah. And it's just, it kind of gets a little
no good in a tournament. No, I mean, if you get convinced that you lost the tournament because of timeouts and that sort of thing, you didn't have an enjoyable time. It's most probably not the reason why you didn't podium finish, but it is. The thing is, everybody wants to have enough time to play a good game without being too rushed. And that's important. If you want 400 points in a game, we're now talking a mega battle that you're not playing in a tournament. You're turning up with friends and having it that way. So it's all good. Is there anything else you need from me, peeps?
Peep? No.
Peeps, as in people.
Oh, people. No, I think, first of all, you already performed the most important duty, which was draw 6 names. Yep. And actually, just because I want to see you struggle, you want to go ahead and go through the list of names one more time?
Oh, you bugger. Yeah. So, well done.
No, it's
Nick.
a wrap-up.
Nick Reed, big winner. You just wanted to check I hadn't thrown them on the floor, didn't you? Here we go again. So, Russell Swift. Keith Gilmore.
These are
These are the armies.
These are the armies. Bart Wood. And I really feel sorry that I'm going to ruin. Hang on. No, wait.
Is our Canadian friend?
No, I've got him, Andrew Lederoux.
Lederoux?
But where's my fifth one? Oh, hang on. This is not good.
Well, the great thing is this is being recorded, so we can always.
It must be somewhere. I haven't put them anywhere else. It's most probably sitting on the carpet.
Oh, Russell Swift.
I've got Russell Swift.
Was it Russell Swift? Oh no, sorry, it's not Russell Swift. He's just doing the oh no face.
Wow, I wonder where that's gone. I'm going to have to scout around. I have got the other one. Don't worry.
I saw your dog. Did your dog take off with it?
Yeah, no. Dog's over there. It'll be under the computer or something like that. Oh dear. That's annoying. I am really apologetic, and you should never have done that to me, Joe.
You know what? You're right. We'll do it again next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, must.
Cool. All right, I'll get that, and we'll get those done. Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, the guy from Utah.
That was Bart Wood.
Yeah, Utah, Alabama, Ontario. Wow, man, Brian coaches, you have a steel trap. Utah, Alabama, Ontario, Kentucky, Illinois. Well, Kentucky's really Minnesota.
And Virginia was the big one.
Virginia was the big one. That was Nick, who somehow his height goes between 5'6" and 7'1".
10'10". Yeah.
All right, John. All right.
No problem at all. Thank you, guys. And I will find this name quickly and get it all sorted. All right. Thank you again. And I look forward to next year.
I do too, John. And actually, you know what, John? I look forward to actually seeing you at the booth.
Yeah, it'll be good to catch up again with everybody.
Right. Okay,
Nice
John.
one.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks again, everybody. And again, wonderful event. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks, John. All right, everybody. Well, there you go. I like putting people on the spot. Pete was kind of a bonus, because I said, hey, you want to talk about stuff? And they'd rather throw the boss up there because if he says something that's confidential, that on him. And if they say something confidential, he gets yelled at. They get yelled at. So that kind of makes sense. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of in the little format. I think once you find us something to play out to, whatever it is.
Do Christmassy stuff since we just did a cute little Christmas thing.
Oh, okay. She picked some Christmas music. First of all, just a programming note.
By the U.S. Navy band.
Okay. The 23rd is going to be our Christmas special. Yep. Oh, big production. I think we got the Rockettes coming in, right? No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, wait a minute. The Rockettes canceled? Damn it. Okay. Oh, you know what? We might actually have a special Santa Claus, the one that doesn't allow kids to have Nerf guns.
No.
Oh no, he canceled too. Oh, damn it. So, we're going on the 23rd. It's a Wednesday. We normally know how we do things on Tuesday. I believe Ray has a Taekwondo thing that's going on, so we're going to do that. And then 23rd, we're going to do I think I think Ghost Panzer will come in there somewhere. We'll see. And it is the season.
Ghost Panzer's on hiatus this week.
Yeah, on hiatus. But Yeah.
I'm always hunting you.
No, what? Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do something on the 23rd. I think do we do a show next week or just or do we prepare for the big extravaganza?
I think you're gonna have to prepare. I don't know how much time we got.
Well, actually, not that long.
All right.
So yeah, no show next week, but there will be the big Christmas. The Christmas spectacular will happen the 23rd. So we'll see you there. Speaking of Christmas, why don't you go ahead and play us
I'm
out?
gonna play some squids here. This is the United States Navy Band.
All right. Oh, look at that. Man, you know what? If you close your eyes, if you close your eyes, you can almost imagine the snow falling, right? And that one horse sleigh just pulling the horse. I can see it now, right? Yeah. And you got your best gal by your side. What was those? What's that hand warmer muffler thing? You know, she's all bundled up. As you're kind of riding off what'd you say? Riding off to grandma's?
Gotta get to the whip crack in.
Oh, yeah. Why aren't they cracking that whip?
There it is.
And it's not a whip, is it? It's actually 2 blocks of wood, right?
They clap together, yes.
Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm off. That's why I wasn't in band. In fact, I was so bad with music playing it that band chicks would not date me. That's how bad it was. They sound really good. Is it mostly horns? Is it a brass?
There are woodwinds.
Oh, okay. I think I'm hearing clarinets. Yeah. Yeah, it really kind of jazzed it up there. All right.
So the squids play pretty well.
Yeah. The squids play well.
And in honor of Chief Digger.
Yeah, well, it's coming up. You can always play the radio. Yeah, it's true. I can play the radio. Oh well, that's all about all I can play. And this is the end.
Yeah, they're gonna do.
Oh, they are. Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know. Thank you. Though we got that, but we are going to end this. We're going to do a double end. We did lose a national treasure this week, Chuck Yeager. So we're just gonna. I'm gonna leave you with the Chuck there. Hey, you're welcome, Tom. I hope it was worth something. We tried to do something to add. Anyway, we'll just leave you with Chuck here.